across the river, and we are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
On 2nd and inches, Fields. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Finding room at midfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
To throw is Fields.
And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Oh, nope, never had a chance. Well to the right, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On 1st down, Purdy.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Here's Berrios. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
On play action, Fields.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Knight.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Christian Watson
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. 7-7, our score after 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The Field's going to take this himself, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Fields. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields. He finds Watson complete. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. Touchdown! Christian Watson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Niners have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process, methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
back to throw. Purdy
dumps it off to Fournette. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Purdy. He's got Brown on the out route complete.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away.
And here comes Berrios. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
Play action, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it on 1st down.
This is caught, and he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Edwards-Helaire is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. And they've got it 1st and 10. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's got room at the 30. Past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 2nd and 12, Purdy trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Fields. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got a pick before. It's my turn now to make the big play. And that's exactly what he did.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They start on the ground here at Sanders. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff, and even better execution.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now on 2nd and 16.
Purdy. Smith brings it in, going across the middle.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On 1st down, it's Purdy.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, Guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Here's Purdy.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 39. Boswell's kick is good.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And you don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. He completes this to Sutton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run with Sanders. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here's Fields.
This one left side caught by Barrios.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. On play action, Fields.
This is caught inside the 15. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian Watson.
53 yards.
And the Niners use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here?
Fields trying to throw for it.
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Purdy looking here for Smith downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Justin Fields.
A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Niners will add to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Purdy,
he's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
On 1st down, Purdy. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
From his own end zone, Fields. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Back to throw, Fields.
And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Here's Purdy.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Purdy, big 4th down play.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and the 49ers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Back to the air, Fields on 2nd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. What a change in this ball game in the 4th quarter, Charles. They just completely took over, and not only did they get the lead, they end up winning somewhat comfortably.
And when we spent time talking with them before the game, they made sure that we knew that they